Welcome to the shit show, punk bitches.
Don't go to fucking school. If you get inspired by Rudy, you're a fucking loser. Any grown adult on TikTok should be registered as a sex offender. I'm political poison. Nobody running for office wants to touch me except maybe Joe Biden. Sex would probably be really annoying if they had to stop to bitch about how entitled millennials are. It's time to get rid of the boomers. You should gas up your meth-addicted cousin Shane the same way you support Lizzo. Well, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Capitalism has failed. It's all falling apart now. Capitalism has been exposed for the fraudulent ideology that we all knew it was. It's just too weak. It can't withstand the slightest grain of sand will break the camel's back. Is that what it is, or is it straws? The smallest straw is all it takes. The first symptom, the first sign of duress is all it takes to break the camel that is capitalism's back. Turns out that when an outside enemy, the government, comes in, sticks a gun in everyone's face, tells them they can't go to work, and they have to stay in their homes, it just folds. It folds like a cheap deck of cards. Or a house of cards. I'm all over the place today. Turns out that's all it took. It was just every government in the world passing laws saying you can't go to work, and it just fails? It's that weak? I guess that's all it took. It was violent threats from the government. And remind you, these people hate the cops, right? They hate the fucking cops. But they need the cops to carry out their ideology. Socialists, their ideology doesn't exist without the fucking cops. They know that. The second you bring that up, these cocksuckers get triggered. And then we have the doomsayers. I'm timing myself. Then we have the doomsayers that they say this shit every fucking day for the last, however long they've been online and paid their internet bill. They always make fucking YouTube videos. Oh, this is it. America's World War III. World War III. America's not going to war with China, you fucking idiots. These people have been amplified by this. America is not going to war with China. Now, there may be satellite wars, right? Like we have with Russia in the Middle East. We'll fund rebels. They'll fund a dictatorship. We'll fund a dictatorship. They'll fund rebels. And everyone just gets in a circle jerk. We're not going to a physical head-to-head war with China. Under any fucking... We may sue China. We are not going to war with China. And I'll tell you why. The United States is not going to nuke China. And China is not going to nuke the United States for the same fucking reason that you're too big of a pussy to leak your ex's nudes. Why? Because she'll leak pictures of your tiny little micro penis. It's called mutually assured destruction. We are not going to war with China because either side will end the other one the second that button gets pushed. The same reason you won't leak your ex's nudes. We are not going to war with China. Our economy's going to take a shit, not because capitalism's weak. This has nothing to do with capitalism. Yes, capitalism, it's not real capitalism because it can't fucking withstand the government coming in and wrecking everything, telling people they can't go to work. It can't withstand that. Big fucking shocker. But if you want to fix the economy, what you should do is support small businesses. And you can support small local businesses by going to NorthSpokaneCBD.com using the code We're Drunk for 15% off your order. That's NorthSpokaneCBD.com, promo code DRUNK, 15% off your motherfucking order. Okay? Go there and do it now. Do it now. Okay? We need to fix the economy, and we need to stop worrying about China. None of you watching this show are important enough to give a fuck what China does. It's not going to affect you in the grand scheme of things. Life is too short to concern yourself with China, with foreign global politics, right? That's not what life is about for 99% of us. For 99% of us, life is about rolling your eyes, and handing over your credit card when your girlfriend decides she wants to buy a pineapple-shaped lamp from Target for $37. That's what life is about for us, okay? Life for us, it has gotten more complicated. I will give you that with everything going on. It's definitely the grand scheme of things. Life is, I'm like deep-throating this bottle here. Is that what you guys came for? Some of you did. But life for us is not about foreign politics, okay? I remember when life for me, many moons ago, was about passing out in the middle of a fucking pill high while Neutral Milk Hotel played in the background. That was the biggest thing I had going on in life. That should be your aspiration. Okay? Those should be the things you focus on. Not foreign politics and nuclear fucking war. Guess what? If we get it, there's no reason to worry about nuclear war. My hippie mom tells me all the time that don't worry about shit you can't control. I had to go get scanned for colon cancer. I had to get an x-ray for it. I don't have it that they know of. Like it wasn't big enough to show up on an x-ray, so whatever. If I have it. I don't think I have it, though. They're pretty sure it's irritable bowel syndrome. They, in turn, prescribe me drugs that I will not take for irritable bowel syndrome that actually makes the symptoms worse because of the side effects. So I'm just going to fix my diet. So cancer test, blood test, everything came back negative. Everything. So I'm good. Don't worry about me. Okay. That was last week. That's how I spent my 420. So my hippie mom told me not to worry about whether or not I have cancer when I called her after the trip because there's nothing I can do about it. It's out of my control. Okay? If I shouldn't worry about something that's out of my control that is very treatable, you shouldn't worry about nuclear war with China because I'll tell you, there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to start it. And if it does start, it's going to be over pretty fucking quick for all of us. So I'm not worried about nuclear war with China because I'm not going to be around to deal with the consequences of it. And it's not fucking happening for the reasons I just laid out. So that can stop. And if you are stressed out about nuclear war with China, you can go to NorthSpokaneCBD.com and use the code word drunk for 15% off your order. It's the best THC around, or excuse me, CBD. It comes with and without THC. So a lot of us have lost jobs, not myself, but a lot of you have lost jobs throughout this crisis. You're going to be looking for new ones once this is over. Those jobs are going to piss test you. If you go to NorthSpokaneCBD.com, you still want to fucking manage your anxiety, but you need to pass a piss test. NorthSpokaneCBD.com also has CBD that's THC free. Not a single drop of THC in it. So you go there, you load up on that, you'll pass your fucking piss test, unless you're smoking hella weed otherwise, and I don't fucking know. But you're going to be good. You're going to manage your anxiety and get a new job once we come out of this shit, and we will eventually. I don't know what the long-term ramifications will be, but we will come out eventually. Eventually. They're lying about this. I can pull up any fucking article and see that they're lying about this. Fucking, not that the virus is fake or anything like that. I mean, I believe the virus is real. I don't think it's 5G. We've been over this a million times. Okay? Been over it a million fucking times. It's not 5G. They're lying. Pennsylvania had to take 200 deaths off their list because they were doing COVID probable deaths. COVID probable. Didn't confirm it. Didn't even run a fucking test. They just said, hey, probably the virus. Google buried that shit, though. That was all over the place, and then they buried it. You can't find it anymore. Just like you can't find statistics that show how high Europe's violent crime rate has gone since they've passed strict gun control. You used to be able to find that in a Google search. They've buried that shit on Google now. If you don't think Google has a fucking agenda, Holy shit, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you motherfuckers. But these people, these fucking poser anarchists that want to shut the country down, right? They're anarchists, but they think the governor should pass an executive order and use the police to enforce it. These people are clowns, okay? Even the non-self-proclaimed anarchists. These people are clowns. These people, it's about saving lives, it's not about flattening the curve. It's never been about flattening the curve for you. It's never been about saving lives for you. You don't give a fuck about any of the people you want to protect. You don't give a fuck about people with pre-existing conditions. You used to spit in the face of fast food workers and grocery store employees if they fucked your order up even the slightest. If McDonald's put onions on your burger when you asked for it on the side in a cup, you were going to go through and firebomb that fucking restaurant. But now all of a sudden you want to save these people's lives? It's not about saving lives for you. It never has been. It's not about old people. You don't give a fuck about old people. You were the people saying the okay boomer meme, saying that boomers were the inferior generation and that they were a drag on society and leeches and narcissists and sociopaths, which I agree with. But I'm at least consistent. I don't go out and pretend to give a fuck what's going to happen to most of the old people in this country. This isn't about you. This is you finding something. This is a convenience to you because now you can flex your little social justice warrior micro dick arm and show how tough you are and lock us inside and get us hooked on the government's tit. That's what this has always been about. You don't give a fuck what happens to any of the people I just listed. You don't give a fuck what happens to your mom, most of you. Most of you are sociopaths who fucking look for shit, who just want kudos from your internet friends that you've never met because you don't leave your fucking house 99% of the time. Because you work at, you have some cushy job where you can work from home, or you probably still live with your parents, most of you. You don't give a fuck about the guy that tends bars for a living and is out of a fucking paycheck now and is probably going to get evicted. You don't care about that guy. And when everything goes back to normal, you're going to throw you're in a drunken fit because you're a degenerate alcoholic. You're going to throw your drink in that guy's face the second it doesn't taste right. The second this is over, you're going to go back to treating those people like shit. You're going to go back to making fun of old people, saying that they're leeches and narcissists, because all that matters to you is virtue signaling for your fucking social media following of like 32 people. That's all you fucking care about. You don't care about any of these people. You don't give a fuck. Be honest with yourself, if nobody else. You don't look yourself in the mirror and say, I give a fuck any other time of the year about a grocery store clerk. Say you're going to give a fuck about the grocery store clerk when this is over and he doesn't have to wear a mask anymore. You're not going to give a fuck about that guy. I think it was Tim Dillon said, you don't care. You're going to piss on the waitress, verbally abuse the nurses, he said. I mean, he's 100% fucking right. 100%. This to you is about being able to virtue signal and win brownie points with your little leftist circle jerk, because at the end of the fucking day, none of you people from your ideology have provided a single sustainable, reasonable solution to this other than a perpetual lockdown. That's the only solution these social justice warrior cucks have, is a prolonged lockdown, a permanent lockdown. Everything just got to stay shut down because you don't give a fuck about the virus. You don't give a fuck that they've lied about the numbers, that the death rate is, a fraction of what they're telling us, because most Americans have already had it or have it and are asymptomatic, according to every fucking medical survey out there. You're so pro-science until it fucking until it disagrees with you. So you don't fucking care. So it's about earning brownie points with your leftist social media fucking loser friends and putting your foot on the people's throat, on the common man's throat. Because the majority of the people that live like this, that say we need a further lockdown, are privileged. They love to throw that word around. I'm going to throw it right back at them. They are privileged as fuck. If you are not affected by a shutdown in a negative way, you are fucking privileged. That's okay. I don't hate you. Unlike you, I don't resent people who have positions of privilege. That's nothing I can control, as we talked about earlier in the show. It's nothing I'm going to complain about. I don't fucking care. I don't care that your parents were rich. I'm happy for you. I wish my parents were rich growing up. I probably wouldn't be a mediocre stand-up comic who overdoses on pills while Neutral Milk Hotel plays in the background. Well, I don't do that anymore. Maybe. I mean, you say that you want to flatten the curve and save lives. It's not about limiting exposure. It's not about a virus. It stopped being about a virus the second you started arresting people for surfing and jogging in the park. That's when it stopped being about a virus. It became about control, and you better fucking believe. You better believe it, you slave scum citizen, that they fucking own you. That's what it became about. It's not about protecting old people and the sick. They don't give a fuck. They want those people to die because it's less money they got to dish out. Social Security, disability. They want those people dead. They don't fucking care about that. It's a convenient opportunity to remind you slave scum degenerate citizens who fucking owns you. And they hate the cops, but they need them for this, so they're going to shut the fuck up about their cop hate. Notice we haven't heard a bunch of stories about, from the mainstream media about cops shooting unarmed teens and shit. That's because they need them on their side for this. That's not a coincidence. The same reason it's not a coincidence that there hasn't been a non-gang affiliated mass shooting. I understand malls and bars and schools are closed, but as we said in the previous episode of this show, a Walmart full of people at a self-checkout lane is a soft fucking target. So why haven't there been any shootings, especially with depression and anxiety skyrocketing and gun sales skyrocketing? These mass shootings should be off the fucking hook, but they're not. They're not. Why? Because they need your attention on the virus. They don't want you arguing gun policy. You need to be reminded that they fucking own you. You need to pay attention to the fact that if you walk outside your house without a goddamn note with the seal of approval from your state's governor on it, you're going to get shot in the face with a rubber bullet, and you better fucking like it, scum. That's that's why. This isn't crazy talk. And the Pentagon releases the fucking videos of the UFOs that have been going around for months long before this. And yeah, those are real videos. Just, hey, by the way, aliens are probably real. We're going to tell you in the middle of this, though. Okay, so it's going to get bypassed. And we're going to backdoor spy or laws that'll, spy on you, microchips, stuff like that. Outlaw VPNs and encryption. We're going to do that while you're focused on the virus. But we're not going to do anything big. No mass shootings. No, we're not going to talk about cops that kill unarmed black teens that I'm sure is still happening. I haven't Googled it, I'll be honest. I don't Google depressing things most often. Hey, but you better respect those cops, boy. It's the cop suckers or the bootlickers will say that. That's my favorite. Be nice to a cop that pulls you over because you never know if he just pulled a dead kid out of a burning car. Okay. There is a 100% chance that cop who just popped an illegal Yui because he saw you driving with a busted tail light. Not the full tail light, just the lower part of it. He saw you busting with a lower tail light. There is a 100% chance that he did not just pull a child out of a burning car, a dead child. Because he would get 2 weeks fucking paid vacation for that. Hella paperwork. He'd have to go through a ton of psych evaluations. There's no way that cop just pulled a dead kid out of a burning vehicle. There's no way he did anything close to that because he wouldn't be out on the streets right now if he just did that. Okay? I have a shitty day at my job. Doesn't mean I get to kill people. There's a better kill people for smarting off to me or beat them for it. That's ridiculous. There's a better chance, in fact, a really good chance that cop just beat the shit out of some black driver because he turned his turn signal on 75 feet before making the right turn instead of 100. There's a better chance of that. I'm almost done with this. But anyway, I'm going all over the place today. These same people who talk about how it's all about saving lives, right? It's all about saving lives. Save lives, stay home. It's not like you went anywhere anyway before this shit, jackass. Nobody fucking liked you. You didn't go out. You don't have friends. You're just happy about the stay home. You don't want the stay home thing to stop because now you're normal. You're not sitting in your fucking basement like a loser on a Friday night. You're normal now. Your antisocial, borderline violent, sociopathic behavior has become normalized, and you're happy about that. So you're all about saving lives, but fuck the lives that are going to be lost from the tenfold from the economic depression that ensues because of this, from the famine because we're cutting the food supply off. Tyson Foods is going under. They're not going under, but they're running out of workers. You're shutting down all their plants. Fuck the people that die because they had to get their cancer surgery or anything else, pushed back a month. Fuck those people. Yeah, fuck the guy that can't get in and get his mole that he thinks is melanoma looked at for an extra month. And it's a melanoma. If you don't know, I had to get it looked at. I had to get a mole removed not too long ago. Melanoma spreads quicker than any cancer, right? So, lung cancer or whatever will take years before it starts spreading up into your liver and kidneys and shit like that. Melanoma will spread to your lymph nodes in about a month. You catch it before that month and you're good to go. But melanoma and having that mole removed to get it looked at, guess what? A lot of states consider that an elective surgery. Fuck those people. Let them die, though. Those lives don't matter. The only lives that matter are the lives that we can save while also simultaneously putting our foot on the people's throat. Those are the only lives that matter. The people that'll die in the inevitable civil unrest that will come if I get my way and we lock down the country for the next 8 years, fuck them. Fuck the people that'll die in the testing for the vaccines and drugs. Fuck them too. Fuck the people that'll die in the wars over in Africa for water, because that's the thing. These people are so woke and they care so much about the third world, but they don't understand the economic depression they're throwing us into will crush the third world. People won't have a desire for third world resources. Africa, big parts of Asia, some parts of Europe and South America, Mexico, they will go under. Those people will starve. But hey, at least you won the woke award, you piece of shit. How fucking retarded do you have to be to say your solution to saving lives is cutting the food supply off? You'd have to be a brain dead moron for that. I don't want a haircut. I don't want to reopen the country because I need a haircut. I want to reopen the country because my hairstylist hasn't had a paycheck in 2 months. And I need a haircut. I don't give a fuck about Applebee's. In fact, when I think this is when this is over, I think right away you're going to see, I think the bars, sports bars will still be fine. Super nice restaurants still be fine. Chains though, and maybe even like local, like Staple Marks will be okay. But chains, Applebee's, Red Robin, Village Inn, IHOP, they're going to change because people will hit them really hard right away and be like, I missed eating out. It's the rosy retrospective. You think you enjoyed it, but you really didn't. People are going to flood these restaurants the first couple of months, maybe in the first year. I don't know. But they're going to flood these places because they think they missed it. And they're going to go to these restaurants and they're all slowly going to be reminded that they're slowly going to realize, they're going to realize that they actually enjoyed getting takeout from these restaurants and eating at home with a Redbox movie more. Right? Not everybody, but a lot of people will realize that. I'm not saying Applebee's is going to go out of business. I'm not even saying they're going to get rid of dine-in. But some of them will. It's going to be negatively affected by that. How you eat out is going to change. People are going to realize that they don't like the feeling of a bunch of strangers judging them after watching them down 7 beers at Red Robin and then get in the SUV and drive their family of 6 home. They don't like that judgment. Now they can go home and get fucked up and beat the shit out of their wife. They don't even got to wait the 15 minutes to get home before they beat their wife in front of their kids now. That's what these people want. That's what people are going to realize. That's what they want. They don't want to have the ire of strangers while they demolish their 7th plate at the Golden Corral. Actually, no, they don't care. Because if you're at a point in life where you're eating at the Golden Corral, you have sunk so low that you don't give a fuck what anybody out there thinks of you. Nobody. You don't care. You don't give a flying fuck. The only thing you care about is that $37 pineapple-shaped lamp from Target. I don't want your propaganda shoved down my throat. I don't. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Like, I was out at I was at a stoplight this afternoon, and there was this old man protesting Planned Parenthood. And I see him all the time when I drive by it, because I'm often over in that undesirable part of town. I'm kidding. But I'm often over in that part of town, right? And undesirable. There's like Planned Parenthoods in rich neighborhoods. That was just a fucking... but I'm always over in that town, or that part of town, doing something or another. And there's always people protesting Planned Parenthood there, and I don't really fucking care. But today in particular, I was annoyed. I stopped at a stoplight right by this fucking jackass with a poster that had a giant blown up, bloody aborted fetus on it. Now, sit over there with your pictures of the black babies that you pretend to give a fuck about until they're like 16 and get murdered by the cops. Then you don't fucking care anymore. That's fine. Sit there and yell, choose life, and spit in women's faces while they go to pick up their fucking venereal disease prescriptions. That's fine. Do that. Don't subject me while I'm driving to have to look while I'm eating, nonetheless. I'm eating and driving. I've got a fucking burger in my hand from Burger King because even though I have irritable bowel syndrome, I still want to scarf food down my throat and eat like shit like a normal piece of shit American. Don't throw that shit in my face. So I turned to this cocksucker. It's this old boomer man, right? It's probably 65, 70, living on Social Security and protesting Planned Parenthood because he has nothing else to do. And I turned to him and I just wink at him. And then I lick my lips seductively. And then this motherfucker turned around and looked away from me until the stoplight changed. That's fine. Fuck you. I don't even care about the defund Planned Parenthood thing. I'm with you on that. I think we should defund Planned Parenthood. In fact, I don't even think we should defund it for the abortion. I have no problem with abortion. I, in fact, support abortion. Not only do I support abortion, not only am I pro-choice, I think I encourage it. I think 85% of the people, not all, but about 85% of the people reproducing in this day and age are too fucking stupid to raise children and spread their seed. Nature versus nurture, their kids are getting fucked in both departments. I encourage it. If you are even considering an abortion, go get one. If you're thinking about killing your child, just go do it. Because that kid's going to be better off, right? We'll be better off. 20 years from now, the interstate will have one less car on it. And I'll be a couple minutes earlier to work. I encourage abortions. What I have a problem with, where it really pisses me off, and where I side with these supporters about defunding Planned Parenthood, is I don't want poor people to have access to adequate health care. That's my issue. I don't want that. Because look, as a middle class, and I'm middle class. I'm not upper, I'm not lower. I'm middle class. You think comedy's made me a fucking millionaire? Newsflash for you. I probably am better off than you if you're watching this, because I don't attract the most grade A people that consume my content. Go fucking figure. And that's not me stroking my cock. That's a direct shot at you. If you've watched this video, 35 minutes into it, I'm just saying, you probably don't make more money than me. I'm the middlest of middle class, right? I live in the middlest of middle class cities. So the only thing I have got separating me from the poors at this point, the last thing I've got, because they give them all welfare now, they feed them, half of them fucking eat better than me. They live in nice apartments now. Some of them fucking own houses, go figure. How do you get a mortgage on welfare? I don't fucking know. The only thing elevating me from the poorest is my ability to get adequate health care whenever I want it. And I don't want that taken from me. Do not level that playing field. That's all I got. That's all anybody in my shoes has to separate them from the poors, is adequate health care in a timely manner. I enjoy that feeling of superiority. The only other thing I have, if I don't have health care, the only other thing I have is that $38 pineapple-shaped lamp from Target. $37 pineapple-shaped lamp from Target that my girlfriend bought with my credit card. And a pill overdose in my living room that has no furniture in it at the time. Long time ago. While Neutral Milk Hotel plays in the background. And if I don't have those things, if I don't have that important moment from my history and that prized possession, that lamp, and the only other thing I have is a trip to NorthSpokaneCBD.com where I use the promo code DRUNK for 15% off my order. That's it. That's all I got. This has been Deepish Thoughts. I'm Caleb Salvatore. Go like my other page, Bread and Circuses by Big Bill Media. That's my actual podcast. More interesting motherfuckers coming up on there. And super funny skits, because I'm not allowed to do stand-up right now, so I got to do something to keep me from throwing myself off a cliff. Kind of like how the people that have to virtue signal to their online friends about the importance of staying the fuck home It's the only thing keeping them from, to be quite frank, doing the rest of the world a favor and ending it all. Sucking on a shotgun shell. Those people. I'm not that extreme. I'd probably just go into a hypochondriac mess and think I've got a brain tumor because my head hurts. Spend a week just fucking melted down stress eating. Anyway, it's been Deepish Thoughts for Drunk and Disorderly Media. I'm your boy Caleb Salvatore. NorthSpokaneCBD.com. Promo code DRUNK, 15% off your motherfucking order. Peace out, cocksuckers.